5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
According to the Bible, the end of the world is going to happen in this sequence. The first is the secret coming of the Messiah, or the rapture. In the secret coming, believers will be called to meet Christ in the air. Immediately the dead in Christ will rise, and believers who are left will be called to meet him. The second is the reign of Antichrist, which means 7 years of great tribulation. The third is the second coming of our Lord Jesus Christ. In the second coming, Christ will return with the angels and thousands upon thousands of his holy ones, who were taken during the time of secret coming. The fourth one is the Millennium Kingdom, which means our Lord Jesus Christ is going to reign on the earth for 1,000 years. The fifth one is the Judgment Day, and the last one is the eternity, which means new heaven and new earth.
Have you heard about the strange events happening along the drying Euphrates River? The Euphrates is one of the longest rivers, located in the Middle East, but it is rapidly drying up. Large stretches have become nearly completely dry. Where it's drying, explorers have discovered bizarre caves and caverns underground that were previously submerged. Strange sounds have been reported echoing from within, like screams of unknown creatures. But here's the scary thing. The Bible was written over 2,000 years ago and predicts the Euphrates drying up. Revelation chapter 9 verses 14-15 describes 4 angels bound within the great Euphrates River, who are then released to kill 1/3 of mankind. If this prophecy is fulfilled, with 1/3 of the current world population being over 2.6 billion people, it would basically signal the end of the world. It's eerily coincidental that as the river dries up according to biblical prediction, mysterious caves are uncovered below where unexplained noises can be heard. The discoveries have an ominous sense of impending doom theory for humanity. Have you heard about?
So people is still disappearing into thin air, and this is for entertainment purposes only. Fix your eyes right here on the bench. Look at the bench. Pay attention to the bench. Disappear. Vanish. Thin air. Gone. Nowhere. Poof. Abracadabra. And if you look right there, multiple people disappeared. It wasn't just one. What the fuck really going on? What's going on? People are disappearing. Multiple people. And I just did a video of other people just going missing. You remember the bus? Or the hotel? So this is now the norm. Y'all let me know what the fuck y'all think about people just vanishing into thin air in the comments. Some people saying it's the rapture. What do y'all think? Let me know in the comments.
With the rumors of war going on right now, it's good for people to know what Biden signed. So President Biden signed an executive order enabling all qualified Americans to serve their country in uniform. Now, this is an executive order, and it does mean, it's very clear here, that gender identity should not be a bar to military service. So that means it doesn't matter if you're trans, if you're non-binary, you are required to serve too. And with the rumors of war going on and the boundaries that have been stepped over and what's happening and brewing right now, and this is the end result is evident, is what I'm trying to say. But did you know that that executive order was signed in? And it wasn't signed in yesterday either. This was 2021. So if you want to see a video on who would be required, comment below, all you patriots. Peace.
So we back with what the fuck going on, part of Trillion. And I just seen a video of Palestine protesters in America, on American soil, singing "Death to America." Y'all think I'm bullshitting? Watch this video.
Forgive my Arabic for a second.
Watch this shit.
Al-Mawt li Israel! Al-Mawt Thank you.
And you know, I'm totally with the fighting for the injustice of your people. But when you talk about death to America, you gotta kind of be specific because, nigga, I'm in America. You know, when they did that shit in 9/11, yeah, it was a lot of my people that died. And quite frankly, Black America, we can't make the same mistake again. When I hear people say death to America, I'm thinking about all of America, all Americans, which I don't understand. Nigga, we going through the same shit y'all going through, my boy. But yeah, don't bring that shit over here, cause we're not going for none of that. And y'all need to go handle the people y'all into it, cause we ain't got nothing to do with it. Let me know what y'all think about them saying death to America in the comments. Like or follow for more wisdom and stay tuned. So we had 6 big ass earthquakes that happened all over the globe last night. Today is a very, very eventful day, ain't it?
Globe has lit
Listen,
up with very large earthquakes over the last
very
12
large
hours.
earthquakes.
We have a 6.9 in Papua New Guinea right here, almost a 7.0, 76 kilometers of depth here, all part of Zealandia, the continent rising. We've also had a 6.7 in that exact location with a tsunami warning.
Tsunami warning.
53.5 kilometers in depth. Now, we have a lot of unconnected plate tectonic boundaries there. We also have a lot of volcanic activity, as we will soon see. This one did have a tsunami warning associated with it. Next up, a 6.3 in Afghanistan came in as an 8 on the DYFI at only 14 kilometers. Right that nab in the middle of Afghanistan. Remember, this is the largest, most dangerous caldera on Earth right here. The second largest one in the solar system. Next up,
The solar system.
we have a 6.3. And that's going to be right there in Afghanistan as well. So we've basically had 4 very large quakes.
Back to back.
2 in Afghanistan, 2 in Papua New Guinea. Let's get some detailed information on what is going on. I'd like to also mention these 5.9 here in Afghanistan. The same exact area, as you can see there, came in as an 8.
Yeah, what an eventful fucking day. It's smelling kind of end-time-ish to me, if you ask me. I hope y'all buckled up and y'all ready, because these events are now starting to come back to back to back to back.
The Simpsons once again prophesied some crazy things. The Simpsons have made some alarming predictions about the year 2024. In a 1998 episode called Bart to the Future, the show hinted at an economic crisis, nuclear war, and the death of the U.S. president all occurring in the same year. The episode shows Lisa Simpson as the future president. In a scene with her advisors, Lisa mentions the budget problems and mess left by the previous administration led by President Biden. A news report in the episode then describes a nuclear conflict with an unspecified country, resulting in massive destruction. The idea of nuclear war and economic turmoil is understandably frightening. However, one can hope these predictions do not come true. Still, The Simpsons have predicted major real-world events accurately in the past. This leads to wondering what else they may have foreseen. In fact, a more recent Simpsons episode contains an even more terrifying prediction than anything before. Do you want to find out about this new prediction in part 2?
Everybody listen up. You need to get in your seats right now. Hey, you kids, step forward, please. Facing forward. Thank you. That's what I like. Whoa. 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 Everybody hang on. Oh. Is everybody okay?
Yo, this border crisis? You guys have to peep what I just came across. This border crisis is now turned into a criminal crisis. Check out what these people are doing once they've entered America. And why, how come the news ain't covering this? Peep this though, y'all. This is wild.
Take a look, everyone, at this story that is happening right now. This is a big deal, possible game changer in the way people are thinking about the southern border. According to the Oakland County, Michigan Sheriff, there are gangs of people targeting homes and burglaries. The gangs, they're from South America. The sheriff calling for stricter border enforcement because he says gangs from South America are coming to Michigan, breaking into homes, a lot of homes, stealing a lot of cash and jewelry and items. So where are these people coming from? According to Sheriff Michael Bouchard, they are coming from Chile, Colombia, Bolivia, Nicaragua, Guatemala, Honduras, and Venezuela. He's calling them transnational gangs, and they are here in Michigan. And get this, he says they are across the country. Why aren't you hearing about this on the nightly news or CNN or MSNBC?
Exactly.
This is a story that needs to be out there.
Facts.
All of you can make this happen by sharing this out. And also, follow me here on TikTok. I quit my job in the mainstream media in order to give you the real information, and that's what I'm doing, my friends. Hit the plus symbol over there to follow me. Comment below. Let's be safe, everyone.
NATO apparently has been attacked. Its critical infrastructure has been attacked. And who are they blaming it on? The Russians. Yes, if you didn't know, one of the biggest wars is still raging in the background and nobody is talking about it. Guys, I have information to share with you today that is going to make the hair stand up on the back of your neck. You are not going to hear a lot of this stuff anywhere else, and certainly not all in one place, but we have some exclusive insider information about what is going on in Israel, about what's going on with our strategic STRATCOM nuclear defense. Some very suspicious activity is taking place around the world right now as every military and their dog descends upon this powder keg that is the Middle East. I mean, this is something out of the book of Revelations, man. I just cannot believe what we are seeing and the frenzy on social media that it is creating. What you're seeing behind me is footage just released today of President Lukashenko of Belarus visiting a newly refurbished nuclear bunker. Yes, you heard correct. The president of Belarus visiting a newly refurbished nuclear bunker. I have to wonder, why were those Polish generals, why did they resign today? There was some sort of dispute with the government there, and there's election coming up. Guys, I got a real bad feeling about what is coming. Okay? This stuff that is going on in the Baltics right now with the attack on this pipeline here, get a load of this. Finland-Estonia gas pipeline may have been deliberately damaged by Russia. I've been warning people about this for days, for weeks, that they need an attack on NATO to further justify more intervention and more funding in Ukraine because they were losing support. Even if they didn't have this incident, though, they had the genius idea now, and I said they were going to do this too. I said, White House considers adding Ukraine to Israeli aid package. How ingenious is that? Because what they're going to do is they're going to bundle it all together. And nobody in their right mind, unless they want to commit career self-deletion, at this point in time is going to go against more aid for Israel. People are like rabid dogs right now. They are foaming at the mouth. I've never seen such an overnight divisive tactic foisted on the masses. And I've been an internet super sleuth for the last 20 years. I've never seen what we've seen in the last 72 hours. I can tell you beyond a shadow of a doubt that the governments of the world, as incompetent as they may be, they are stocking up. One of our primary suppliers of preparedness wholesale food is getting contracts out the yin-yang from the government to prepare for something massive, okay? I can tell you beyond a shadow of a doubt that there are insane anomalies right now. I am more than convinced that we are somewhere between DEFCON 3 and DEFCON 2. No exaggeration whatsoever. Everything is mapping on perfectly to what you would see in the run-up to a massive clash of nuclear titans. Here
The craziest thing about this video is that you can actually see the Joint Direct Attack munition right there. And if you slow the video down, you can watch it after this first one hits. You can see there's a second one that came in right behind it. But it happened so quickly, it's like you don't even notice. I mean, it happened like, you know what I'm saying? It was quick. I mean, those things are moving at like Mach Jesus. You know what I'm saying?
If we look at that video again, you can see that there's a man who is looking up into the sky. He's seen something. Now, we don't know exactly what he's looking at.
Israel is at war.
Israel says it's at war. Israel has declared war.
It represents the biggest loss of life in a single day in Israeli history.
But though Israel didn't start this war, Israel will finish it.
Now, take a look at this prediction made in the Bible. For when they say peace and safety, then sudden destruction comes upon them. I am going to get some hate for saying this, but even though I'm a man who enjoys reading the signs, I believe that most people are missing the point. Later, we will actually look at Russia, Iran, and Israel, but that isn't the point. The main point is not thinking whether this is Ezekiel 38 unfolding. The main point is not what the other side are claiming, where they're saying there's been conflicts in Israel for 70 years. Couldn't this just be another conflict? The main point isn't saying that this is God's people and this is God's nation. No, the main point is this. Whilst you and I, in comfort, sit in our armchairs debating all these different scriptures, there are real people right now who are hurting, and their cries are being heard from God in heaven. And as we debate about all of these things, there are real people who are dying. I will show you why Russia and Iran joining forces, as we've been hearing in the news, could actually be bad news for Israel. But first, I really need to say this. Imagine there are 1,000 cars on the motorway and they've all broken down. Does that mean that we ignore the one mechanic who can fix them? And ultimately, my dear friends, there is only one person who can give us hope in this situation. There is one person who can shine light in the darkness, and that is the man, Jesus Christ.
Lighten up now.
Crazy. It's like a trumpet, like a judgment trumpet. up now. That's crazy, man. Man, that's crazy. It's like a trumpet. It's like a judgment trumpet.
The weapons that Hamas is using right now is part of the $80 billion worth of weapons we left in Afghanistan. Watch this video. This blows my mind. And Patriots, comment below and
Speaking
share
of
this.
contributions, don't forget this. Remember that $80 billion worth of stuff we left in Afghanistan? You know what was in that batch? About 3,500 M4s. Would you look at that? Any of those right there on that picture look familiar? Strikingly similar, especially considering most of that region uses the AK-47. I know, I was there. Look, that looks nothing like an M4. In that picture right there, in case you're not a gun guy, PEC-2 lasers, those are almost exclusively U.S. issued. The ACOG scope that's on the top of those guns right there, standard issue for most of the Army. Those aluminum stamped 30-round magazines look awful familiar to me, too. They laughed at Trump when he wanted to get out of Afghanistan. Look at this.
$9 million, we have $60, $70 million plans. You mean you think it's cheaper to leave it there so they can have it than it is to fill it up with a half a tank of gas and fly it into Pakistan or fly it back to our country? You think, yes, sir, we think it's cheaper, sir. That's when I realized he was a idiot.
He tried to warn us. Are you mad at our government yet? Elections have consequences, folks. If you're not mad, consider this. Joe Biden, the same liberals who gave weapons to terrorists that are now being used against our allies, the same ones that applaud every time another country arms its citizens to defend itself abroad, they're the same ones, the same liberal politicians telling you and I here in America that we can't own those assault rifles.
That's right.
Here's why they just pound sand on that. If you pay attention to this, you know that our porous southern border we have? Oh, well, just 300 suspected terrorists were apprehended this year alone. Really?
There's
How
more
many
than
did we
that.
miss?
They're here.
We know these people hate America as much as they do Israel.
They hate God. So you need to wake up, repent, invite Jesus into your heart, and protect your family. Share this.
It is like all forms of government.
Somebody must rule.
And I don't like the word rule.
Well, if we don't like the word rule, let's call it leadership.
Leadership in government is political power, and political power is an official form of antagonizing the people.
What magazine did you say he edits?
A commentary on current events.
I can't believe this was filmed in the 50s and just how much of it is still relevant today. Makes you wonder what else we have not noticed. TikTok, this is for entertainment purposes only.
But, my dear young man, politics are necessary.
Politics are rules imposed upon the people.
In this country, rules are not imposed. They are the wish of all free citizens.
Travel around a bit, then you'll see how free they are.
Yes, but you didn't let me finish.
They have every man in a straitjacket, and without a passport, he can't move a toe.
But if you'll allow me to...
In a free world, they violate the natural rights of every citizen.
But you don't let me put it...
They have become the weapons of political despots.
Yes, but may I...
And if you don't think as they think, you're deprived of your passport.
Will you allow me
to leave a country is like breaking out of jail.
Yes,
and to enter a country is like going through the eye of a needle.
But
am I free to travel?
Of course you're free to travel.
Only with a passport.
Will you allow me to say something?
Only with a passport. Do animals need passports?
According to reports, this is a massive forest fire in which hundreds of firefighters are currently fighting, and hundreds have been forced to evacuate. What has been going on lately?
puta madre. No. La puta madre. No.
You guys will not believe what I found out about the Chinese biolab discovered in Central California. Let's jump into this.
Public Health asked the county to keep some key details from the public, even as people were growing suspicious over what was going on.
We knew as soon as we came in there wearing these big suits, the personal protective equipment, cleaning out the site, residents are going to be looking around going, what's going on? And that's exactly what happened. But again, CDPH made clear, do not explain what's taking place at this site.
And these emails are proof. As early as April 28th, the county tried to revise an initial statement from the state to include the address of the illegal lab in Reedley and explain why staff would be wearing personal protective equipment. The following Monday, the Deputy Director of Communications for the Department of Public Health wrote, "We suggest you not point to the specific address and not mention PPE or law enforcement at this time, as we believe it could unnecessarily cause concern and questions."
We asked them, how can we engage with the public? And those emails show the California Department of Public Health really wanted us to be limited in what we said to the public, and we followed that direction.
So what they're talking about in the last clip is that California and government officials knew about this Chinese secret biolab located in Central California, but they did not want the public to know about it. Seems kind of sketchy, right? Let's continue. But let's pump our brakes real quick. Before I show you guys how bad it really is, this place is still under investigation and it's still pending. There's still a lot going on with this place. Let's continue.
Right, and what can you tell us more about their private funding? Obviously, went over that they did get some money from our government, obviously the taxpayers, but what can you tell us? What do you know about the connections to China, the funding? Is there anything you can disclose?
Well, I can disclose it because when we filed court documents, those all became public documents. So I can let you know that I received an email from a gentleman purporting to be the lab CEO who was in China telling me he can't get a visa to come over and meet with me about the situation. Anybody that we have met with on the site has shown us documents that, Chinese nationals with U.S. documents. So I don't know exactly where all their funding has come from. But I can tell you that it is a completely privately funded lab. We know that because there was no public funding associated with it, which means they did not have to adhere to the same standards that publicly funded labs have to adhere to. Now, obviously, what we had in Reedley was even worse. It was the House of Horrors. These are bad actors that came to Reedley literally under the cover of night, never came for a city building permit, never came for a license. They were operating at night. We had some undercover officers watching people in lab coats going in and out at night. They didn't want us to know they were here in Reedley.
You see, the thing about this case is that it gets way worse. If you want to learn more about this situation, please like, comment, and share. Thank you.
The 7 chakras are the 7 seals in the Bible, also the 7 planets, Saturn being the root chakra, Satan, red. You are the devil when you are operating from the root chakra, the lowest vibrating color. This is why the devil's red. The 7 chakras are 7 energy centers within the body which control the organs and cells in that particular part of the body. You are a spiritual and physical being. Lowest chakra is materialistic, which is the physical body, matter. The highest chakra is the moon, which is mind, meaning spirit. When you call someone crazy, they're a lunatic, or in your mind you have a specific mood. Lunar and mood is moon. The chakras are etheric, meaning it connects your astral, your spirit, to your physical body. The word ether is ether because the ether is on either side, the spirit and the physical side. The 7 chakras are the 7 seals, meaning it seals your soul. You have to move from matter to spirit to unlock your true spirit self. 144,000 faithful Christians think they go to heaven. This is actually a frequency that you need to achieve to go from the root to the crown chakra. Why do you think all the early Christians depict God in the brain? Because you are God. Consciousness is God. Christ is a consciousness that you need to achieve, not something that you should be worshipping. The Bible is telling you the real way to ascension. When God says in the Bible, kill the Canaanites, means kill the lower nature of the self and move to the higher self, the spirit self, the true form. We descended from spirit to matter. Now we've got to go back from matter to spirit, raising up the spine. Link is in the bio for this PDF.
This, I literally thought of this in the shower the other day, fam. So, if you really take it in, as a child, what was so present with boys' toys? Check this out. Remember everybody with the Tonka trucks?
Yeah.
Now, I have a theory. Check this out, bro. I have a theory. The people in charge, fam.
Yeah.
They know once kids start seeing other jobs that I guess appeal to them more artistically or whatever, they're gonna stop wanting to do the trades jobs and the blue collar jobs because it's not as, I guess, like enticing. But check this out. At a young age, they start brainwashing us or start promoting it to us. That's why we see Tonka trucks, feel me? The construction hats and shit. Remember that show Mighty Machines? It's all about that. And it's on the kids' channel, fam. It's something you would see on Discovery Channel. That shit's on Treehouse and like the kids' channels. What else? Bob the motherfucking Builder, bro.
Yeah.
The same shit. Same shit. Mario was a what?
Plumber. What the
Check this out, fam. Now, they're still smart. They know that, aw, man, kids aren't really watching TV shows anymore, blah, blah, this and that. The games they're playing, I guess it's kind of building. I guess like Roblox, building. Fortnite, building. But
it's all online.
The one TV show that's still popping with children today is
Quick question. Has anyone ever noticed that some buildings have windows built into the floor? These buildings are all over the world. I know you've seen them, you just didn't know what you was looking at. Look at this one. Windows partly boarded up at the bottom and door seemed to be built completely in the wrong place. What if I told you that door was once a window? A bit like this house here. The steps that lead up to a door, those doors were once windows. And if you can see the windows on the left and the right hand side, they're buried underground, facing a wall. The whole point of having a window is to look out. Now let me tell you the reason why houses are built like this. Because in fact, these buildings are buried underground. Oh my days! Oh my diddy. So this building, after being excavated, this is what was discovered. That all of these buildings are actually covered, buried in mud. You just can't make this up. So everybody has been living on a certain level. You see where the green starts? All of that was covered in mud. So that means people was just walking on the top part, not realizing there's a whole story of floors underneath. Look, these men have just been driving over buildings, not realizing that there's floors upon floors underneath. And these are not basements, people. Don't get it twisted, these are not basements. I'm talking about cities. Cities that are actually bigger than what you think, because all underneath has been covered by mud. Now, how has this been covered? We're not entirely sure, but it's definitely been covered, just like this. You see, in the top picture, that's what it looked like. That's what people thought it was, just a statue. But in fact, it's actually a tower. The bottom picture shows you what was really buried underneath. So yeah, people, welcome to Mud Flood.
We got you for the no front license plate, $70 fine.
Yep.
127A0029 is rules and ordinance. Parking along the Hokio during an emergency. This is the proclamation. Pick up the 127 Alpha 0029.
That's for the proclamation?
Yes.
Oh, okay, sweet.
Court date 10/16, 8:30. What courtroom is that? You'll find out at the courthouse.
So can I just send the ticket in and pay for it?
You can pay for that, but this one requires you to be in person.
Oh, that one, for pulling over here.
Yep.
My name and badge number?
My badge is right here,
1370. And what's yours?
You already got the insurance, so he's gonna explain this ticket to you. If you want to sign or you don't want to sign, he's gonna give you a copy.
Okay, I'll sign.
Sure.
This Maui situation is out of control to the point where it's like a media blackout when it comes to this situation. And I have to depend on YouTube channels like Stock on the Truth, who he's been going hard on this, Hustle B, and other people that have been doing an amazing job keeping us updated with Maui. Because everyone of the United States of America, not everybody, because we're not, but a lot of United States, like government and officials, they're all still worried about Ukraine for some reason, right? And we're not focused on Maui enough. Like, why isn't Maui, like, let's just look at what I found. Just I know I'm frustrated right now because this is wild because Maui and Hawaii is just a part of the United States and we treat it as a nation as if it's not.
Governor Josh Green is now saying that they won't build in Lahaina for probably a very long time due to global warming.
Wow.
Watch here.
We won't build in Lahaina for probably a very long time. For one, we were not going to build, no matter what happened in the future, super close to the water because we have some global warming concerns. We have sea level rise, all of which is very relevant right now, obviously. So when they do new permitting and so on, that will be considered. Okay, that will be considered. We'll do what we can to make people whole if they were already on the water or near the water. Beyond that, yes, some people do own properties. They own houses. They will have the right to build or sell. That will be their prerogative. But the community will decide how much of it is memorial, how much of it is open space, and how much of it is just necessary for housing.
I thought the emergency proclamation that he signed for housing allowed them to fast track building, but maybe it's going to be doing the opposite. Also, if you're so concerned with the rising sea levels, then what about all of the oceanfront hotels? You just let the Waldorf Astoria do a huge renovation. I'm curious to hear what you think about all of this down below.
That is not all. Take a look at these.
The governor is in charge of all of this. And I want to know why the land hasn't been tested. Why am I, a citizen out of Hana, Kauai, having to try to get private tests on water and land? Because nobody in our government will help us. The only person's...
This is, oh man, this is heartbreaking, dude. Oh, this is happening to us, to the United States of America. It's happening here. And we're just letting it happen. This is heartbreaking stuff, man. Like the countless amount of videos that have been pretty much, blacked out. People don't even, this doesn't even reach people anymore.
What if I told you that the world is hiding incredible secrets beyond your wildest imagination? And that much of history has been falsified and altered in order to create the mainstream narrative that tells us what we should think and what we shouldn't. And sadly, every day that truth grows farther away from us. But looking back in time, you see a lot of similarity and a lot of oddities. Things that are very peculiar. And as they say, there's nothing new under the sun. But you have to wonder, just why are these things so similar all over the world, many thousands of miles apart? Why do we see so many extensive cover-ups all throughout history, from the giants, to the mounds, to the buried cities and buildings? And we're told that the people before us were primitive, but I think they were far more advanced than we are.
Did you know that the Bible foretells a 1,000,000-man army from the east, potentially referencing China? It says the Euphrates River will dry up, allowing this army to cross into Israel. In recent years, something unprecedented occurred. The Euphrates, which has always flowed, dried up. This could be seen as fulfilling this prophecy. But don't just believe me, look it up for yourself. Ezekiel 38 is another interesting chapter. It speaks of two nations, Gog and Magog, which many believe represent Russia and Iran. It foretells a war where Israel is surrounded by these nations. Intriguingly, Russia recently entered a treaty with Iran. Just as prophesied, Iran backs two groups, Hezbollah to Israel's north and Hamas to its south. Currently, Hamas is urging Hezbollah to join forces against Israel. This situation mirrors Ezekiel 38's prophecy about Israel's enemies surrounding it. According to the Bible, when this happens, God will miraculously intervene, defending Israel and vanquishing its foes. Such events might soon be broadcasted on our screens. A pressing question arises: will the rapture occur before or after these events? Subsequent to God's intervention, a figure known as the Antichrist will emerge, promising peace. This indicates just how near we might be to witnessing these prophecies firsthand.
What the hell is this?
We are nearing and approaching the lunar surface.
Wait, what?
We were hovering and now we are approaching the moon's surface.
The moon surface? Hold on a second. Is this a moon landing or a demo of the new Galaga? I'm not quite sure I'm understanding the premise here.
India has become now the 4th country to land a spacecraft on the moon.
This was a moon landing? Looks more like gameplay footage from Blast Corps on Nintendo 64 to me.
People are applauding.
I don't know. Something's fishy here. Who even waves a flag like this? Guy's sitting there acting like a ventriloquist dummy. There's got to be someone controlling him from the back. This is not a natural human demeanor.
The West is back to playing its old games, discrediting India's achievements and questioning India's motives.
Oh, you're shocked people are questioning this? Look at this thing. You don't have questions?
It is the world's first to land on the moon's south pole. This is a fact.
Oh, is it? Hey, look. Here's me going to the moon. Yeah, it's me. Yeah, this is actual footage. I'm sure you don't have any questions about this either, right? Look, if you're going to pass off GameCube footage as space exploration, why wouldn't you use the PS5? The graphics are much more believable. All jokes aside, look, if this is supposed to be some sort of animated representation of what's happening up there, fine, I get it. What I don't get is, we could live stream the 69 moon landing, yet in 2023 the only way we can see what's happening up there is through a screen capture of someone playing a hacked Atari game, and you can't fathom why people have questions?
The very first pictures are emerging from India's rover.
Give me a break. Where's the real footage? You could buy a GoPro for $50. There's no excuse here. Look, my message to India is this. Do it again, and do it the right way. You blew it.
We can all aspire for the moon and beyond.
What the hell is this?
We are nearing and approaching the lunar surface.
I got a little bit bored, so we decided to build the entire FNAF restaurant in real life. Oh my god. What are we ready for? Let's go! Look at those guys.
Wait, that's the security room.
I feel right at home.
Oh, wait, does it work?
You can actually switch between the cameras. So later today, you guys will actually play as security guards as they hunt you down. I'm supposed to be here. Buddy, I just said you can't get here.
Hello?
Where the pizza at?
Wait, so where are we?
We are right there.
You guys see me on the camera right now?
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's so framey.
Laggy.
Dude, that's so... Just stand still and stare into the camera.
You guys got to meet the animatronics, right?
We're meeting the animatronics.
Let's go. Yeah, they're waiting for you.
He's just standing there, menacingly.
Oh, you ran out of power.
We were already?
That is scary. If they found that scary, we will also be inviting random strangers later today and giving them the scare of their lives. Yo, it's Foxy, bro. Oh. So one rule, do not touch the animatronics.
That makes sense.
No,
that makes
okay.
sense.
Oh.
A bite of 87.
This is really scary. Wait, you wanted pizza, right? Have you checked out the kitchen?
There's a kitchen?
Oh, we got pizza.
Thank you.
We got the arcade, we got the ball pits. This is important. Know your surroundings because you're gonna do hide and seek later. Oh, and to top it off, you'll be hunted by the actual animatronics.
Wait. You're kidding,
Oh, he's
right?
joking. Oh, it's a joke.
It's a joke. He's a funny man.
Oh, you're funny. He's a funny guy. Hey, you guys want to meet the animatronics? Hey, go ahead.
I got the pizza. It's an offering. I bid it a little bit, but you want the pizza?
Hey, let's go. Come on, everyone. It's time for the first mini game. Everyone come out. They just moved. Do you want me to go over there? Yeah, they seem friendly right now. The first mini game. Take a look at these guys. They're all missing something. You have to go find it. Take a good look. What are they missing?
He has the hats. He has the ears. He has his eyes. Booty cheeks. Turn around.
Turn it around.
Bonnie's missing a guitar. Freddy's missing a microphone. Oh, a microphone. Chica's missing a cupcake.
No, she's missing a tooth.
And Foxy's missing a hook. You have 5 minutes. Go.
Wait, right now?
Yeah, go now. It's a good...
I found a hook.
Oh, you found a hook already?
I found a
Oh,
hook.
we got a hook. Nice. All right, we got Foxy's hook.
Oh, I found the hook. Is this the hook?
No, we already found the hook.
Oh.
Cupcake in the security room? Let's go take a gander. Is this the cupcake right here?
Wait, is this the cupcake right here? No. This isn't the cupcake?
No, I got it. Wait, I got it. I got it right here.
He has the cupcake! We got the cupcake! We got the second item, the cupcake. You're still missing a guitar and a microphone.
Does that microphone count right there?
No, that's a real microphone.
Sorry to disappoint you guys. I just needed to give you a quick update.
Okay, so that was his last video for I think 3 months. For 3 months, and then he posts this.
You might not see me post ever again. My videos weren't fake.
Oh, so he says they're not fake. And this is his last video that he ever posted. Look.
What is that? That was not there yesterday.
It's military on the same mountain. Look. What? Where he saw the giant.
Are we allowed to be talking about this, man?
Yo, that's the last time they ever heard about him. And no, he's actually, like, you can Google his obituary. He's dead.
What the fuck?
He's actually
Why are
gone.
we talking about this, bro?
He's actually gone.
I know, so why are we talking about this, bro?
You piece of dirt. No, I'm wrong. You're lower than dirt. You're an ant. Let this be a lesson to all you ants. Ideas are very dangerous things. You are mindless, soil-shopping losers. Put on this earth to serve us.
You're wrong, Hopper. Ants are not meant to serve grasshoppers. I've seen these ants do great things. And year after year, they somehow manage to pick food for themselves and you. So who is the weaker species? Ants don't serve grasshoppers. It's you who need us. Not stronger than you say we are. And you know it, don't you?
Well, princess.
Hopper, I hate to interrupt, but,
You ants stay back! This was such a bad idea.
You see, Hopper, nature has a certain order. The ants pick the food, the ants keep the food, and the grasshoppers leave.
That he saw. And look, it just drives away. Yeah, it just drives away. Now, this is where it gets crazy. Remember Malaysian Airlines?
Oh, yeah.
The flight that disappeared, right?
Oh, yeah.
You heard about it on the news, like Malaysian Airlines, this flight disappeared. Nobody knew where it went. And so many conspiracy theories happened, right?
Yeah.
But around that same time, there's this guy that received a voicemail. And on the voicemail was like a decoded message. He posted this on Twitter. You know the military alphabet where they use code?
Okay, yeah.
So like Delta, Tango, Alpha, Charlie, right? He recorded this whole code and wrote it out. Now the voicemail, it translated to this code that says S danger, SOS. It is dire for you to evacuate. Be cautious, they are not human. And then gave like a whole long number, 042933, like long number, right?
Yeah.
Now check this out. When this guy received this voicemail, was the day that the Malaysian Airlines flight vanished. There's theories and conspiracies that the voicemail he actually received was transmitted through the Malaysian Airlines black box. Now, what's even crazier, the number, right? That long number that he received too, that is the last.
What's up, dude? Is there a problem, sir? What's your fucking problem?
Alex, qu'est-ce que c'est?
Because you get fucking plane get exploded! Shut up, Brownie. No, not funny. Your idea of a joke. It's not a joke! It's not a joke! Alex, take it easy. It's not a joke. Going down. We will remove you from this aircraft and I will get you. Fuck you, I'll remove myself! Get up! Everybody in the aisle, on the plane. You're not the fucking plane. Just stay where you are. Sit tight. Fucking plane. Go check him out, see how he's doing. You got this? No one gets back on board. That's my call. Carter, no! Take the fuck down!
No ice around any of these areas, okay? There's North America, South America, Africa, India, Russia, China. Okay, so very similar to this map. North America, South America, Africa, India, China, Russia, okay? Only thing different, Australia. There is no Australia here because it hasn't been discovered yet. This is 1587. Australia wasn't discovered until 1606. So that's why that's not there. But my main question is, if this is a globe flattened out and this is on the bottom, right? What the fuck is this? There's no ice on it. And guess what? Antarctica hadn't been discovered yet. Antarctica was discovered in 1820. If you look, oh look, there's an alligator, there's a camel, warm weather animals. So, you want to explain to me, first thing, what the hell is this, all this land? And second thing, what froze them? What happened between 1587 and 1892 where those areas got...
Oh my God, a perfect storm. Just take a look at how perfectly formed this storm is. I won't lie to you, it's the most powerful storm I've ever seen. One of the strongest hurricanes that I've ever tracked.
Millions of New Yorkers urged to shelter in place. A state of emergency, floodwater swamping roads, making travel dangerous and nearly impossible.
Long Island were both put under a state of emergency.
The Romans, Aquaman. Look into thy starfish heart and protect our souls.
So, Lil JoJo asking Congress for another $1 billion in a package to send to Israel and Ukraine. When we gonna get another stimulus check? When we gonna get a break? When the American people gonna get a package? Cause right now, bills is higher than giraffe titties. So when did we get money? I thought we was broke. I thought the government was finna shut down cause we was broke. So we got money. I'm so serious. Have you seen the gas prices? Have you seen the price of food? We all up in other people's Kool-Aid, and our Kool-Aid ain't got no sugar. Another thing, who money is that? Are them our tax dollars? 100 billion, not million. 100 billion dollars. I honestly don't know how to feel about this. I really don't. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this $100 billion JoJo trying to send over there to Ukraine and Israel in the comments. Like and follow for more wisdom and stay tuned.
I've been making constant videos trying to warn y'all, trying to wake y'all up. TikTok don't want y'all to see my videos. Keep liking, keep sharing. American rapper, Big Freedia. Not just Big Freedia. There's so many rappers and many more people coming out telling y'all and warning y'all something is to come, something ain't right, things ain't feeling the same. Everything that I've been telling y'all guys about, speaking about, a lot of people has been backing it up. People that's big, people that's small. I'm right. Listen.
New Orleans.
Big Freedia, American rapper.
Please wake up. I'm begging y'all. Please wake up. It is something happening outside that is trying to wake this city up. I didn't know if I was going to make it home just now. It is real. God is trying to tell us something. We are not listening. New Orleans, I need y'all to wake up. We got to pray and ask God to heal this place. I didn't know if I was going to make it home this morning. I'm trembling. Oh my God, thank you, Lord. I'm thankful right now. I'm just trying to wake this city up.
Look at it. Look at how look how it looks where he at.
Y'all, we got to stop something. We got to stop all the things. We got to pull together as a city. This should be changing, y'all. This should be changing, y'all. Y'all go to your door this morning.
It's not just only his city and his town. It's everywhere.
Oh my God, I'm just so emotional because God has been touching me in so many ways. And I'm so grateful. Our whole city, you cannot see nothing. A building,
a house, many things. He can't see nothing outside his home right now. He is scared for his life right now. TikTok don't want y'all to see my videos. Hit the like button, share.
The end of the world and everything is burning.
So much
Something's
more coming.
on fire close and it's big.
But you
cannot see nothing in New Orleans.
They're distracting y'all with other stuff, man. There's something bigger and major coming.
There's so many accidents this morning. God, we got to repent and ask for your forgiveness and change this city.
Only two companies control the world, and you probably don't even know their name. It's not the tech giants like Apple, Google, or Amazon. Those are just small fry compared to the real powerhouses, BlackRock and Vanguard. BlackRock and Vanguard are the undisputed kings of the investment world, with a staggering $15 trillion in assets under management, which is over 5 times the GDP of France. So how do these two companies exert their dominance? It's actually quite simple. They own massive shares in the world's most influential corporations. You name it. Google, Apple, Facebook, Amazon, Microsoft. They hold the reins. These financial monsters control everything from pharmaceuticals to transportation to the media. They're like puppet masters pulling the strings behind the scenes. Every action you take contributes to their wealth. Scary, right? Watching Netflix? You're making Vanguard richer. Scrolling through Instagram? You're padding BlackRock's pockets. Buying an iPhone? You're fueling the wealth of both companies. And here's the kicker. When you make Vanguard richer, you're indirectly making BlackRock richer too, because they're each other's largest shareholders. Think about it. These two behemoths have an unimaginable amount of influence over our world.
Everyone dies. The Yellowstone supervolcano would kill almost all of us. That's a supervolcano that is a continent killer. The whole fucking country dies. And it happens every 600,000 to 800,000 years. The last time it happened was like 600,000 years. See that? I've talked to enough people really educated in the history of ancient cultures and ancient civilizations. And the evidence of natural disasters wiping people out and people having to start from scratch. This giant never-ending cycle of getting knocked back into the Stone Age and then rebuilding to a new version of complex society. There was a Toba volcano in Indonesia 70,000 years ago they think knocked the human race down to a few thousand people. Holy shit, volcanoes are hundreds of thousands of years of activity and they just fucking blow and you never know when it's gonna happen. They create fucking islands in the middle of the ocean. That's what Hawaii is. And now you go vacation there and put fucking suntan lotion on, sit out there and have margaritas. You're on a volcano.
We turn now to a frightening trend in Ohio. Children disappearing in record numbers. According to the Ohio Attorney General's office, more than 1,000 children have been reported missing so far this year, with a large number of those disappearances happening in the Cleveland area. I'll be speaking with John Majoy, the president of the board of directors for Cleveland Missing, in just a moment. But first, correspondent Brooke Schaefer joins me live. Brooke, what else are we learning about what's happening there in Ohio?
Well, Nicole, officials in Ohio have called these numbers both alarming and startling. We looked on the website for the Ohio Attorney General today and found that this month alone in the state of Ohio, about 160 kids have been reported missing. Again, that's just for the month of September. That is a disturbing number that follows a trend we have reported on here at News Nation, when more than 30 kids went missing in just 2 weeks in May in Cleveland, Ohio. Cleveland's police chief said a majority of those missing kids were runaways, sometimes habitual runaways. In June, Chief Wayne Drummond said more than 1,000 kids were reported missing so far this year, but said with the exception of about 50, they'd all been returned home. Even still, though, the chief acknowledged that missing children's cases in the Cleveland area alone were up about 20% this year. So the question, of course, why is it so high in Ohio? Here's former FBI agent and News Nation national security contributor Tracy Walder.
They do rank fifth, in human trafficking. That's actually pretty high for a state that's not as densely populated. I think we suspect, right, that it's, California or New York or Florida, and those are, higher ranking. But Ohio is actually extremely high if you think about it for the lack of population. It's a smaller populated state. It's not as densely populated. This is a peak time of runaways and of missing children. But then you also have the issue with how these are being reported and the fact that a lot of them are going unsolved. And that's huge.
And to put this into some context for you as well, states like Georgia and North Carolina with similar populations to Ohio had on average about 600 missing child reports last year. That's according to the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. Ohio, on the other hand, in 2022 had roughly 1,600 reports of missing kids. Ohio's Attorney General told a local news station in Cleveland that these numbers are, of course, alarming. He said that they could be because of inconsistencies in reporting or even
My concern right now, and as we're having this conversation, it appears imminent that Israel is going to mount a ground.
I fucking hate the whole idea of captive orcas. That freaks me the fuck out, that we can take these alien creatures that are essentially as smart as us and put them in swimming pools and justify it, and that the only time they've ever killed people in recorded history has been in those swimming pools. They don't kill people in the wild. They kill everything else. They kill whales, they kill dolphins, they kill sharks. They don't fuck with people. In fact, there's been instances where they've saved people. They speak in a language that we can't decipher. We don't know what they're saying, but we know that they have dialects. We know that they stay in these pods for life. They have this family organization, and they all stay in their clan. They're fucking incredible. It's just like slavery. If we had aliens as slaves, we're like, what are you saying? Oh, yeah, I don't know what you're saying, dude. Get in the pool if you want to fish. Get in the fucking pool. I mean, that's basically what's going on. It's twisted. I get angry. I get furious that this is a giant business, that they take these things and they buy them from other organizations in Marineland and even in SeaWorld, and what they're doing, how they get these orcas, how they're treated, how bad it is for them to be trapped in these environments. I've had real problems with it for a long time.
All right, check this out. Do we see Bible prophecy playing out right in front of our eyes? The Virgo constellation, as of September 18th to the 23rd, has the sun at her shoulder on her clothing and the moon at her feet. Check out Revelation chapter 12, verse 1. And there appeared a great wonder in heaven, a woman clothed with the sun and the moon under her feet, and upon her head a crown of 12 stars. The Virgo constellation also has the 12 Virginie stars right above her head, forming a crown. Now let's look at verse 2. And she being with child cried, traveling in birth and pain to be delivered. Now check this out. An asteroid named Yeshua went up to Virgo's belly 9 months ago and connected the same location and same time with the moon. And now 9 months later, we have the asteroid called the Child that is sitting inside of Virgo's belly, about to come out right between the 18th to the 23rd. And also look at the number that the astronomers gave to the child. The number is 4580. Add 45 plus 80, that equals 125. Revelation chapter 12, verse 5, 125. And she brought forth a man-child who was to rule all nations with a rod of iron, and her child was caught up unto God and to his throne. I have so much more information to show you on this. So many signs all over. Stay tuned for my long-form video in just a few hours.
Why is it important for us to keep our eye on Israel? First, because the Bible is a book about Israel. The Bible records historically things about Israel, and the Bible records prophetically things that are yet to happen in Israel. In addition, of course, God gave a Savior to the world. His name is Jesus, who was born in Israel, died in Israel, rose again in Israel, and by the way, is coming again to Israel. And so we need to keep our eye on Jesus. There's a lot of discussion right now about, is this the end of the world, and how does this all fit in, and what does this mean? Anytime you see activity in Israel, especially when there's war, you should wake up, you should take notice, and you should look at your Bibles to try to understand what is going on. And in Ezekiel chapter 38, I'll read the first 6 verses. Ezekiel 38, 1-6. Now the word of the Lord came to me, saying, Son of man, set your face against Gog of the land of Magog, the prince of Rosh, Meshach, and Tubal, and prophesy against him. The question is, are we seeing what is happening today a fulfillment of Ezekiel 38? I would say yes and no. Here's what I mean. First of all, it speaks here about Gog, who's the prince of this region, Magog. The ancient historians, Tacitus, Pliny, Josephus, they all said about Magog, it was the land of the ancient Scythians. When you look at a map, the land of the ancient Scythians was just north of the Caspian and Black Seas. We're talking Russia. This is a prophecy about Russia. And then there are 5 nations that join with Russia in this confederation against Israel. First on the list, verse 5, is Persia. Iran was called Persia until 1935. Iran's always been referred to as Persia historically until 1935. If you start to see Iran getting involved and telling Hezbollah from the north to start to fight, as they fired a few rockets just to kind of show Israel they're there, if they start to engage, if Russia starts to send troops, okay, then it could be Ezekiel 38. If other nations, including our own, begins to think that Israel is going in too harshly, they might pull out. We might decide we're not going to support Israel anymore. And here's other more frightening scenarios. Because of our ongoing efforts in supplies to Ukraine, and perhaps needing to get involved in China's potential assault against Taiwan, if we have to end up engaging our own military here and there and everywhere, I'm not making a statement whether all that is right or wrong. I'm just saying if we get stretched too thinly, the United States might very well wave at Israel and say, we got our own battles to fight. Sorry, we're not going to help you anymore. If you see those kind of things aligning, this could be Ezekiel 38. And let me tell you what happens between Ezekiel 38 and 39, the rapture of the church. The rapture of the church. So, all that to say, be ready. Always be ready. Jesus said, lift up your heads and look up, your redemption draws near. Jesus is coming again. So get right with God, get your hearts right with Him, and in the meantime, pray. Pray for Israel. Pray for the Palestinian civilians caught in the crosshairs. Pray ultimately for the Prince of Peace to come and rule and reign Himself, Jesus, our Messiah. Amen?
Something's wrong. Something's very wrong. And I don't understand why, as a funeral director, I'm the one sort of blowing the whistle. Middle-aged people that were dying not at the normal time of the day, right? So they come home, have dinner, and die. And there'd be family present in their home, average, normal people. So that was a problem because that's new. You can't live with something like that in your body for a length of time. I mean, I was shocked that the people that I was seeing were living with that amount of that material in their circulatory system. I call them white fiber masses, And that's because they're an anomaly that I've never seen before in 27 years as an embalmer and a funeral director. They're solid, so they're not tubular, they are solid right through. They are an exact cast of what the circulatory system looks like inside our bodies. And they often have a current jelly clot incorporated into the tentacles of the white fiber masses. I was seeing that the white fiber masses were getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. There's Australian embalmers, there's British embalmers, and now I'm having Canadian embalmers that I talk to that their experiences have been basically the same. They have the same concerns, and now they're expressing that they're absolutely in fear for their own lives and the lives of their family and friends.
Roses are red, violets are blue. Police cars, red and blue. Matrix, red and blue pill. Your tap is red and blue. This is because the world is made out of electromagnetic toroidal fields, and white light is magnetism, and it creates red shift, blue shift, which then creates electricity. Physical matter is a result of two opposing forces in motion equalized, which is the plane of inertia, where we get planet Earth from. Earth, rearranged, is hot. The heart of the electromagnetic spectrum is green, that's why the Earth is green. And the sky is blue, because blue comes after green. And Earth is heart of the Sol system, not solar system. We live inside of an electromagnetic field. North Pole is the pole of electromagnetic energy at the center of the toroidal field. This is where the northern lights come from. This is why the northern lights are green, because green is the center of this toroidal field, the plane of inertia. The matrix green code symbolizes the aurora borealis, because this is what's projecting reality. This is the holy grail the ancients talk about. It's a hyperboloid at the center of this earth. The CEO of NASA, Wernher von Braun, has Psalms 19:1 on his grave, which is, "The heavens declare the glory of God, and the firmament showeth his handiwork." You need to just accept that they've lied to you about everything. Link is in the bio for this PD.
Like I said, the whole world's a stage, even the NFL. Take a look at this.
And this all started last season when the NFL scriptwriters and I, we got together and we decided that two brothers should play each other in the Super Bowl. When the Bosa brothers said no, I said, well, I guess the Kelceys will do.
Speaking of the Super Bowl, now the Chiefs have Taylor Swift on their side. So why would they want the Chiefs to lose when their jersey sales have gone up 400%? Which brings us back to this video.
Here's a clear example. 27 doesn't even attempt to make a tackle on Patrick Mahomes, giving him a clear path to a first down.
They also love to tell us the truth in all their commercials as well. Check out these.
What do we got? I say we run last year's script back. Who doesn't love a good sequel, right?
Nice. But we're just going to tweak the ending a little bit.
There we go. Write that down.
All right, everyone. Last season was a smash. Ratings gold. But this year's script has to top it. So welcome to the table read for the 104th season of the NFL. Let's get to work.
I'll do 100 bags of chips.
Go ahead, my man. You want to grab 100? Go ahead. You want me to help you bag them up?
That would be cool.
Which one you want?
I'll do a mixture of everything. I'm going to go hand it out to the homeless, man. I just want to support your business, you know?
Thank you, man, so much. I appreciate it, man. 2, 4, 6.
How long have you owned the shop for?
A year.
So this is your main source of income, is this here?
Yeah.
Do you have a wife?
Yes, a wife, 3 kids.
Does your wife have a good job to support?
Well, we have a 4-year-old son. We take him to his things the doctor asked for, which is his therapy. You know, he's 4 years old. He haven't smoked. He haven't coughed. So we're just trying to figure it out why. Basically, we're just chasing around with doctor appointments. So every other week, we take him for his legs that he cannot walk straight.
Oh no,
yeah.
I'm sorry.
That's part of life, you know, that's what God gave us to learn the lesson from and go ahead, you know, so I lost count. So it is what it is. Since you're doing this is all me, man. I appreciate it. I swear to God, just take it and go.
100 bags of chips?
Man, don't worry about it, man.
No, I'm paying.
Promise, this is on me. Just take it and go, my man.
Are you sure?
Yeah, man.
Can I have a hug?
Oh, man, yeah. Thanks, man. I appreciate you, man.
Well, when I come back, I do have something for you.
Thank you
okay?
so much, man.
I'll be back. You guys want chips?
This one right here.
There you go. Yeah.
Shut up. I'm in the car.
For sure. Yeah?
I mean, you don't get, man. 20?
Just take the whole bag.
Hey, buddy.
They're all gone.
Can I give you more?
No.
Let me get you a whole case of...
No.
Here's a whole case for me, and I'll give you more if you have time to do it, okay?
I got something for you. Here, come here. I want to show you what I got for you.
What's that for?
$500.
You sure, man?
Deserves it. Oh, I know.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
You weren't expecting anything in return, were you?
Well, thanks, a prayer, you know.
What are you going to use it for?
I'm just going to help with my kids, maybe, you know, help a little rent here, bring some more product, I guess, you know, keep it moving. You know?
I love it.
Thank you, man. Thank you so much.
Love you, my
Appreciate
friend.
it. Love you too, brother. Be safe. God bless you, man.
God
Be
bless you
safe.
too. Thomas Convenience Store, please. Everyone come here, show him some love. He's a great dude. And the random follower who gets blessed with $25 is Jance Earp. Congrats, Jance.
Okay, so I'm finna basically break down and give y'all a download about the fifth trumpets in Revelation. And by the way, TikTok, this for entertainment purposes only. I don't know what I'm talking about. Now let's read. The fifth angel blew his trumpet, and I saw a star that fell from the sky to the earth. Let's read that again. I had saw a star that fell from the sky into the earth, and it had given the key for the passage to the abyss. Do y'all know what that sound like to me? This is a rocket or a bomb. Do y'all know what that look like? A star in the sky. Now let's keep reading. It opened a passage to the abyss, and the smoke came out of the passage like smoke from a huge furnace. The sun and the air was darkened by the smoke from the passage. Now, do y'all know what that sounds like to me? Hidden volcano abyss. See, they tend to use abyss when they talking about volcanoes. You dig? Do y'all know a volcano can black the sun out and contaminate the air? And the only volcano that I can think about would be Yellowstone. Y'all see sulfur dioxide and volcano gas mixed with water. That will basically contaminate our air, like it said. And then right here, it will reflect the heat from the sun back into space. It's gonna be dark because of all the smoke. And this is what volcanoes look like when they erupt, by the way. Then let's keep reading. Locusts came out of the smoke into the land and was given power as scorpions of the earth. They was told not to harm the grass of the earth or any plants or any trees, but those people who did not have the seal of God in their forehead. And we know exactly what they mean by the seal of God in your forehead. Your third eye, activated, enlightenment, Christ-like consciousness. And for 5 months, they was only allowed to torture niggas, not kill them, like scorpions of the earth. Now let's get into the description. On their foreheads they had crowns of gold, and faces like humans. And they had hair like women's, and their teeth like lions. And they had chests like iron breastplates. The sound of wings was like sounds of many who rode on chariots racing into battle. They had tails like scorpions with stingers. And with their tails, they had power to harm people for 5 months. Now, if y'all know this game, y'all know this game. The crown, the teeth, the wings, the tail. Nigga. Y'all know TikTok, I be tweaking. I don't know what I'm talking about at all. Just tripping. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this fifth trumpet breakdown in the comments. Like and follow for more wisdom and stay tuned. By the way, TikTok, this is only for entertainment purposes only. Only entertainment, y'all. Just take this for entertainment. It's only entertainment. All entertainment.